Hello and welcome to tracksidespares.co.uk. Today we'll be setting up the shimming necessary on the diffs of your Charisma 4XS. The first thing that you have to do is assemble the centre drive shaft and assemble the gearbox casing with a gasket in between and a crown gear. Do these up nice and tight as if they were assembled with all the internals. Obviously you don't need those in at the moment because otherwise these drive shafts which fit in there, once the clip's on there, you're not going to be able to take them off to remove the bearing. Put them together, put the bearings on, put them in the casing, and what you're basically looking for is to see if this gearbox will move from side to side. If you've got a bit of play in there, take a bearing off and put a shim on. Doesn't matter which side, just put a shim on, have another move of it again. If there's still play, put another shim on. Once you're happy that there's no side play, just hold the bearing and just turn the gear. The gear should be able to move nice and smooth. If it doesn't spin, that means you put too many shims on. So take one off, put it in again, and give it another spin. Once this is set nicely, you know that's enough shims. Take your pinion gear on your shaft, put that into the gearbox so it's held in place, and what we need to do now is get a good mesh between this gear and that gear. So if you hold the bearings down and move this one back and forth, hold the pinion as well, what we're looking for is a tiny bit of free play between this gear and that gear. If there's no play whatsoever, what you need to do is take a shim off the opposite side. So if this is very tight here, we would take a shim off this side and put the shim on that side. Once you've got the tiniest bit of movement between the two, then that's pretty much your diff set up. Make sure you mark as you build these up as a pair. This one, because it's running in saddle pack form, this one, which you can identify on the casing by the fins, is the rear gearbox. So make sure you take the appropriate top casing and mark these up as rear, so when you put the oil in, you don't end up putting the wrong diff into the wrong casing, which will completely mess up your shimming. And also it'll mean you're going to get really bad drive because one's 3,500 weight and the other's 7,000 weight. I hope this has been some help to you, and hopefully we'll see you on the track somewhere. This is tracksidespares.co.uk.